Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back. This is the first time we're actually going to do a trade recap. So we're going to try to do a trade recap from last night's live, which was July 2nd. Pretty exciting stuff. We had quite a few people from the Discord take this trade, quite a few people, that I knew took this trade, just simply based on my call out. So that's pretty cool, pretty awesome. Puts a lot of stress on somebody though when people start taking the same trades as you, because like if I lose, they lose too, and then you don't want people to be mad at you, but that's part of the process. You just gotta try to do the best you can, and fortunately for us, we actually won this trade. So I'm gonna kind of break it down, and those who were just interested on how and why I took this trade, maybe this will give you a little bit more of an idea. Those who don't know anything about what I'm talking about, join the Discord down below. I'll also leave a link down below to my TikTok. That way you can go and watch the lives. We do them every single night of the week, from about 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. EST. So we trade basically pre-market London. It actually works extremely well for this pair. So we're trading Euro Forex Futures. So basically it's Euro USD, but as a futures index, which allows you to use Top Step to trade with, and it's basically contract based. So pretty sweet. What we had here was, we'll start at the 4 hour. We had here was bearish structure. We had this 4 hour candle close below. We had a bullish engulfing candle, but quickly, said no to that. So we scaled down to a lower time frame. We noticed that we have a head and shoulders pattern. So I use this as a reference. Works very well. So now we're kind of looking for bearish confluences, right? We see that price came up. We see that, we've tapped inside this order block a couple times. And then I think this order block, yeah, this is a 5-minute order block. So we tapped into the order block, right? We really just had a long shit candle out of it. I'm going to be honest with you. We shitted out of this candle, or this order block, and then I entered 50% on the breaker structure here of my position, just in case we had to break straight down, because that could be a thing. That could have happened. I wanted to get in on this trade, so I took a trade here. Then I set another 50% limit order at the entry of this order block. Then we waited for price to retrace. I called out in the Discord. Everyone in the Discord was able to get in right up here at the peak time. And then we literally top ticked and shorted all the way down. And so basically our take profits was this order block here on the 5-minute. This somewhere from here down as liquidity. I ended up getting out somewhere like right here because it was already 3 o'clock and I was up enough for the day for my risk to reward, so I was happy with it. And I wanted to go to bed, genuinely, because I had to get up and make some of these videos. So we did that. A couple people let it run. A couple people got out earlier after we had like a 2R, like right here. But, needless to say, everybody was happy. Everybody won, which is great. So take profit, basically, TP1 was at the beginning of the order block, just in case, they wanted to get out. I ended up holding through it, but we could have, hit the order block. We could have went back up and basically reversed, which we saw that earlier the session before. But instead, we inversed it, turned into a breaker block. As you can see, price came back to the breaker block and then continued even lower into New York pre-market. So, yeah. Our second take profit would have been somewhere between here and here, just because that's kind of where liquidity lies. This is the bottom of a move. After inversing this, you could look for price to come down to here, which it did. You just had to hold for a little bit longer. Let's see, actually, we got out about 3 o'clock. If you waited till this point, you would have to wait until about 6:50, so about 4 hours more. So, it just depends on how long you want to hold these positions. That's what I tell everyone. Especially once we get moving good, you can move stops break even and let them run. But, totally up to you. That's our take profit, basically. That's why we entered. And our stop loss, we basically just put the stop loss above these highs over here, and which, is above the order block right here. So, pretty simple stuff. It's pretty cut and dry trade. Nothing crazy. We just scaled down from a higher time frame. We found our daily bias. We took our daily bias. We looked for, maybe some structure. We found, the head and shoulder structure that we were kind of going to look at and see if that's going to work. And then we looked, for obviously bearish order flow after that, which we got. This was pretty much the confirmation. This was the retest, and then we were able to take trades off the retest again and come all the way down to take profit, which is actually super clean setup. A little choppy down in here, but we did manage to hit a sweet trade. So without further ado, I want to make this as quick as possible. We'll try to start doing these every single day after our trades on live, even the losses and stuff. I want to be 100% transparent, and I want to, help you guys understand why losses happen, and if you took this trade, why we lost, because I want to know the same thing. And I normally go back and analyze my trades, but I was like, now that I have the setup that I'm doing for live, why don't I just take this and make YouTube content with it as well, and I can do all of my setups and stuff on YouTube. So yeah, I'm about to go film another video for you guys. So without further ado, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, obviously, and then check out the Discord down below. Those who got onto this trade was subscribed to my gold. It's really cheap right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's worth my time. We can set up one-on-one calls. We have live calls each week. It's really time to get more of my time. So I think it's very much worth the value. Even off this one trade that we took is worth the value. So if you guys want to check that out, if anything, just join the Discord. It's free, and we have a shitload of stuff in there. So I appreciate it. And without further ado, guys, I'll see ya.